Iran imposes new rules for Strait of Hormuz in bid to secure wartime gains. So they're going to try to control the Strait of Hormuz. It's their territory, so they can do whatever they want, I guess. A lot of news today. Oh my goodness, people. Stock market's rock and rolling, new all-time highs for the S&P 500. The triple Qs are pumping. So today is Thursday, May 7th, 2026. Stay with me to the end. If you do, I give you free alpha. And you can tell me what you think about different news stories. And I go over this on my news desk and my prop trading desk. So I'm so thankful. And I'm going to do a short video today looking at, the different stock market ideas. Silver bullion's pumping, selling calls this morning, going long silver stocks, and then deep in the money calls, and then purchasing puts. They expire tomorrow. Incredible news here. So, what are you guys doing though to survive, and thrive? There's a lot to complain about today, and it's real stuff too. I got some scenarios too I want to go over with everyone. So, the employment deal here is saying on CNN, it says, I'm trying to stay alive. Jobs at mom and pop businesses are disappearing. So, small businesses are described here in the U.S. as the backbone of the U.S. economy. So with that, if you got a job today, you want to hold on to it and do the best you can, I'll tell you. So more on that later. So look at the news though. I kind of, my channel is getting a lot of traction and want to thank all of my subscribers and everything. And they're unedited, they're awkward, but I'm doing me. I do full-time research for myself. My time is my own. I am a time multi-billionaire. And so with that, I'm so thankful. I say this every day too. Whenever I get stinking thinking, I'm like, okay, it's time to do some homeless outreach. Or I say, I give thanks for my abundant supply now manifested. I have it right now. So that's, the news stories and everything. So thankful. Been able to write some nice premiums. Yesterday's book was The Ultimate Guide to Personal Happiness. I put the links in below yesterday's video. And so, that's what we have. Today's book, though, I'm going to give you an idea. So many people today complain about food costs because of hyperinflation. So the ebook, you can read it for free. It's called Nourishing Thrift, Mastering Budget-Friendly Eating. So it teaches you how to find stocks that are not stocks, but food, high integrity but low cost. Broccoli, bananas, high integrity foods, but you can purchase them for very low cost and survive. So I teach this in my ebook, Mastering Nourishing Thrift. And so I do affiliate marketing for my own research books. And I'll put the link, like I said, down below. You can read it for free. Welcome to Nourishing Thrift, Mastering Budget-Friendly Eating. So tell me what you think. So that's what we have for today on my affiliate link, so you can check that out. I'm going to break fast here around 2 o'clock. I do weighed in this morning, getting leaned up, doing carnivore diet, intermittent fasting, and then I do water fasting too. 24 to 48, or sometimes I'll do a 72-hour water fast. So more on that later though, but tell me what you think, these different news stories. I'm going to go over this. I do my research for myself. So let's look at what's being reported on Yahoo Finance today. Got a lot of news here. S&P 500 and NASDAQ. Okay, they rise now to records. So how high is the stock market going to go? The S&P 500 SPY ETF traded it yesterday on the breakout trade. The triple Q is the same thing. So tell me what you think. Leave comments below. What's the highest price that S&P 500 can go to? My best guess is unlimited. And the same thing with the NASDAQ. McDonald's, earnings beat as value meal drive sales. So McDonald's revamping their business model, lowering prices, advertising. I don't eat fast food, but some people do. AI gold rush leads to big pay hikes for Wall Street banksters. So they're showing your Bank of America CEO, they're making the big bucks. So the S&P 500 is blowing up earnings estimates, but there's a catch. There's always a trade-off for everything. And I'm looking at that 30-year bond. That long bond is telling a story. Mortgage rates. Burger King president says fast food is a zero-sum game and that Burger King is winning. So they're winning the burger wars versus McDonald's, the Hamburglar, and then the Burger King, and versus Ronald McDonald. Fed's calling favored changing FOMC statement. Planet Fitness tanks, slumps most on record as outlook disappoints. So I might sell a put on Planet Fitness to a put spread. More on that later. It's not financial advice too, I have to say that. It's just that my channel is it's just information. That's all. I give myself financial advice. I'm in it to win it for me, and I give my wonderful viewers like you transparency into how I think. So my late loving dad would always say to me, I'll say it to you guys, son, the only security you have in this world is the security that you create for yourself. So I create security for myself as a prepper. I got food, shelter, clothing, transportation, prep needs covered. And then I trade for myself, and monetize off of capital markets. I've been a quant trader since 1987. So oil falls 3%, peace in the Middle East, Straits of Hormuz are going to open up. The war's over, guys. WTO news, World Trade Organization, ARM slides after smartphone slowdown. Stock symbol ARM, might sell a put there. So I sell puts on the biggest dumpers and then purchase out of the money puts as a hedge. And then I sell calls and on the stocks that are pumping. Let's look at the trending tickers. Interesting. It helps. This process helps me get dialed in. I used to keep a manual journal, writing down my trading plan and what I thought for the day, but I record a video. So my YouTube channel is just done so well, allowing me to get dialed in to the geopolitics news and then the socioeconomic news. Qualcomm up 10%. Might do a buy right there, purchase the stock and then sell a call in the money, perhaps the $200 calls, purchase an out of money put. Datadog. I like the sound of that. Datadog, man, I'm throwing it down on my trading desk. Got me some Datadog. So, DDOG up 30%. Might purchase some more of that stock. I've been mentioning Datadog on my channel. Do a buy right. CrowdStrike is up about 7%. Rackspace up 90%. See if there's options on that. Might buy the stock. Shares, at $4.28 a share, $4.28, and sell a call and buy a put. Bitcoin off about 2%. So I've been buying the dippy dip on Bitcoin at the pivot points. My synthetic Bitcoin mining rig that I invented about 7-8 years ago produced huge profits for me yesterday. I scaled out on HUD-8 and took huge profits on BKCH. Now I'm buying the dip on it today, but it was up 10, 11% yesterday. So that's about a 17, 18% price swing just in the blockchain ETFs alone. Top gainers. I go over this every day, so I'm relevant. Get AAON up 40%. Might sell a call there. HIMAX Technologies, HIMX. Might sell a call there. Go long the stock, sell a deep in the money call, purchase an out of the money put. Xometry, XMTR, up 40%. Same thing, a buy right, might do there. Buy the stock, sell the deep in the money call, purchase a protective put. Warbly Parker, up 30% to about $28. That's what we have. Same thing. So I like Hymax Technologies, Datadog. These are stocks that I've heard of before. And the same thing, looking at Fastly, might sell a put there. Planet Fitness, sell some puts there. Amperis Technology off 30%, might sell a put there. Shake Shack, SHAK, off 30%, might sell a put there. And GPGI off 30%, might do so I do put spreads on the biggest dips, and then I go long stock shares that are greatest up. Today's silver bullion day, so the silver trade's back on. So, man, been purchasing stocks and all the different silver mining stocks today. Many of them up are 15-20% pump. Purchase a stock, sell deep in the money call, and then purchase an out of the money put. So NVIDIA, now here's the most active stocks today. NVIDIA, Nokia, Centera Energy, active. Intel at about $112 a share, and Snapchat or Snapchat. So we got news there, a lot of news. So these are the stocks that I'm looking at. I'll go over my trading plan here soon enough, running about 11 minutes, but Qualcomm, Datadog, CrowdStrike, Rackspace, and Bitcoin. So that's where the Momo's at. So, a little technical difficulty, got a new computer. Computer's not, there it goes. So, man, blockchain, I'm dollar cost averaging it. The news on CNN, more people. I knew 3 big executives in the last 2 years who were working for really big companies, won't mention the company's names, executive VP types, and without notice, within the last 2 years, an employer just walked in, said, okay, you're fired, pack your things, take the banker's box, and they were brought off the property, and they would claw back the stock options, and then they couldn't believe it. And then recently, another individual I know, they jumped ship to go work for another employer, got a big pay raise, and then just a few days ago, the employer walked in, for-profit business. So we decided to close down your position, you're fired, out of nowhere. So, man, and I look right in the camera, the only security you have in this world is the security you create yourself. So I create security for myself by, looking at the news every day, analyzing it, producing food videos, cooking videos, and then also doing power shopping, producing my research books. Like I said, you can read the links below. Upskilling, even though I'm an old timer, I'm 60 years of age, I have the ability to upskill and learn about food production and agriculture. The hierarchy of hierarchy of food, and then how to have food and how to process it and have such. So that's what we have, people. Apple stock just broke new record high. $300 around the corner. Apple stock is never too high to buy, right? Microsoft, they're looking at abandoning renewable energy as AI boom continues. Microsoft, Mr. Softly, they're going into artificial intelligence rather than renewable energy. Oil prices keep falling. Stocks hang near new highs. Is the stock market trend? Is it overbought? Is Warren Buffett right? Stocks are trading at a huge premium to GDP. The national debt now exceeds GDP for the U.S. It's not good. So Man, tech, the rise of tech. The S&P's off about 8 points, and Nasdaq Minis up fractionally. The Dow, you know, there's a lot of, those news stories, like Spirit Airlines. Man, that's the largest employer I had read in Broward County. If you're from Spirit Airlines or live in Broward County, man, leave comments below. How are you guys going to survive economically? And this is transpiring all over the U.S., where companies, and there's this debate or logic. They're saying, well, Intel is doing so well, and the government bailed out Intel. Now Intel, they're saying, is receiving all these government contracts, to help the business, and that the U.S. government, made a $30 billion profit in Intel stock, but at the same time, they didn't bail out Spirit Airlines. So who knows, so this is happening, especially with trucking companies. Anything in transportation is being disrupted. SanDisk, Western Digital, Lumentum, these stocks are pumping huge, new highs. So that's my trading plan for today. I look at CNN. Let's look at Fox News. We lost Ted Turner recently. Sorry for his loss. Fox News. I think does really good work too is Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan. Man, they do great work. And then following up, on Charlie Kirk too and what happened there. So Citi extends $500 per month cash handout program. Okay, so there's giving money out for universal basic income. So a lot of news on Fox News. It's not PC. Can't even report on it. White House demands Obama. So just news on a lot of it's not PC. I can't even talk about it. So I try to remain PC. My channel's apolitical. I look at the left, I look at the right. Trump is doing a great job. So I'm forever, whomever is in office, when, the Clintons were in office, they're amazing. That was during .com and everything. Obama's office, they're amazing. Sleepy Joe, amazing. President Kennedy said it best though, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. So government's not going to be there to bail you out. You got to bail yourself out. So here we go. Looking at all these different stocks. Let's see BBC, what they're reporting. BBC News talking about cruise ships. Okay, UN, with different news on cruise ships. Wow. So Trump meets Brazil's president, the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. That's what we have. So a lot of news on BBC. If you want to know what's going on here in the U.S., read the BBC News. If you want to know what's going on in the United Kingdom or the city of London or England, well, then you look at Fox News and CNN. Let's see Al Jazeera. Let's see what Al Jazeera is reporting. A lot of news here. So Iran calls for a dialogue and diplomacy as it reviews U.S. peace proposal. Peace in the Middle East, people. Call options are pumping. Got expiration tomorrow. And so I go over my trading plan, run it about 20 minutes. So I'll DCA Bitcoin today. Took huge profits out of it, up from 63,000. Now we're working on the dippy dip. SPY ETF, I'll DCA it. I'm backing the truck up into blockchain ETF, sold it yesterday for a huge 11% pump. Block, BLOK, these are parts of my synthetic Bitcoin mining rig. So that's what we have, selling calls and selling puts. Datadog. Let's look at Datadog. DDOG. Stock's pumping up huge, actively traded. The options. Again, not financial advice, but look at the 182 spot 50 call options on Datadog are up 600% to $6.50. So I could purchase the stock shares, DDOG, sell a deep in the money call. I mean, there's, pull in $25, $30 option premium, and then they expire tomorrow, so those shares probably get called away, and then I purchase a protective put. Many of the puts are way out of the money or off 99%. So to me, that's a winning trade. So that's what I'm looking at on Datadog. So that's what we have. Bitcoin dipping off 1.25%. So like and share, everyone. I got some new subscribers too, and people that contributed to Patreon. You can see the links below too. I'm very thankful. My channel's getting a lot of traction, and I'm very thankful for that. And I put everything back into my channel. I also say hi to everyone on Twitter. You guys are amazing. Seems like it's more freer speech on Twitter. Things can be too hot for the tube, and then also on Rumble too. So getting a lot. I'm gonna cap my Twitter followers off to 100,000. So, man, that's what we have. Running 21 minutes. Awesome day. Selling puts. The silver bullion trade's back on. Datadog. Awesome. So again, I give thanks for my abundant supply now manifested, everyone. I have it now. Have an awesome and great day, everyone. Come on now.